Well, folks, as promised, here's the final design for the bulkhead, the cistern, water collection that I've got coming off this mountain spring here. What I did today was I took a T. I put the T down in here where the collection is. And I did that because the pipe was filling with silt. I haven't put the final stone in here. The stone is actually behind me. That's going to go in, and I'm going to put in some wire netting or grate over the top of this, and then on top of that, so it'll be stone, wire netting, and then this black plastic's going to cover the top of it, and then it'll covered with dirt. So I put this pipe in here because what I want to do is I want to put a cap on this, a temporary cap. This will be sticking out of the ground. This will also be sticking out of the ground. This was a design that I found on YouTube that you could add bleach to this pipe. It would go in here and then come in here and add bleach to the system. But the problem is, if this pipe clogs, or this pipe clogs, down below here without these extensions, there's no way to flush this unit out without disassembling and everything. I don't want to disassemble anything at all. So what I'm going to do is I leave this pipe in here. I put a T down here at this cross fitting. We've had about 4 days of torrential rain here in Vermont and flooding. And what it's done is it's washed some of this debris down in this hole, which actually plugged this up quite a bit. And the rest of the silt was going down through my 1-inch pipe, or mud, whatever you want to call it, was going down through my 1-inch pipe. And it's still filling up the cistern, but rather slowly. So my theory is once this is all underground, I haven't seen anybody else do this, I can put an air coupling on here down the road, and I can blow air through this or add bleach into this system. It'll push air down and low, actually probably around 40 psi. That's probably what I'll run because I don't want to blow any fittings apart. But I'll pressurize this system, the air will come down here, and then it'll jet out of these holes that I have. You can see some of the holes here. It won't come through this pipe, but it'll come out of this pipe down here and clean the system out, and I won't have to dig it back up when I want to maintain this. So now this one here is again the overflow, and that's the design I found online. And like I said, this is a modification to their design, and I've got a T down here going to an elbow and to my output on the front of the bulkhead, which is down here, going to my 1-inch pipe. So today the bulkhead will be capped up, and this is muddy because I've stirred up the water quite a bit. I'm going to take a quick walk down this so you can see what's happening and the changes I've made on the system. The 1-inch pipe leads down the trench, goes to an elbow. Before that elbow where my foot is, I'm going to put a shut-off valve. So the shut-off valve will go in line. This is all going to go inside of one big barrel, which will be buried underground. I'll have access from the top of the barrel, and I can reach down. I'll be able to reach down in here, and I'll be able to use a shut-off, a 4-foot shut-off T, a wrench that I can stick down here and turn the valve on and off so I can shut the water off to this system. Then I'll be able to reach in this barrel, which will be underground, and I'll be able to take this system and change the filter. Now what's happened is the filter is clogged with debris and mud, which is definitely cleaning the system, the water from going down line. So today, after I talk with you, I'm going to change the filter on this that's catching the mud and shake it out. Now, we shut this up. We walk back down the muddy trench because, like I said, for the last 4 days, it's been filling up with mud here, as you can see. So I'm going to walk over to the 2 totes I have in now, and this will be the final design. Like I said, probably going to end up with a 1,000-gallon tank in here. These will come out, but I had to put an elbow down and another elbow to reach in. I've got an outfeed on the first tank that fills the second tank. The second tank has a clean out on the other end that I can clean out with a 3/4 inch T, and then I have a drop tube, which is 1 inch coming out of the second tank, which goes down this trench, comes along here, it goes into a 1/2 inch pipe by a reducer, which is going to this barrel. And as you can see, it's pretty clean water, to tell you the truth. I mean, it's pretty clean except for my dirty hand, but that's not bad. And that's being filtered at the top to catch the mud. What I did on the back side of the tote is I put an elbow inside the tote that goes down on a piece of pipe that reaches to the bottom of the second tote. And I'll show you that. On the back side of this tote is another 1 inch pipe coming out, or hose. There's an elbow inside of that tank that goes down to the bottom of the tank. And it's about 2.5 to 3 feet long, somewhere in there. Reaches to the bottom of the tank. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply suction to this. Use this suction pump here. The water will come in here. It'll come out here. I'll prime the pump, connect this to electricity when I want to use it. This is 120 volts. This will be used when I need to. I don't know if I can push this with the 12 volt pump for the distance I want to run. But when I want to fill barrels up and everything else, I can do that rather quickly with this. And that's going to be my setup for now for water. All right, I hope you liked the video. Oh yeah, one more thing. I did buy this big tarp. That's going to cover this mess. And I'll encapsulate the totes with the tarp. And a few minutes after I finish this video, I'm going to dig a trench down here to drain the rest of this water out of here. And this should dry it right up. And now we've got water. Thanks.